Hello, I'm Amol.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Glen.
We're going to explain what we did in our lab design.
Our experiment was to see how different types of water affect plant growth, namely water from Lake Ontario, Lake Simcoe, tap water, and distilled water.
We predicted that Lake Simcoe plant would grow the tallest, followed by the tap water plant, then the Lake Ontario plant. The distilled water plant would either die or not grow as much as the other plant.
We hypothesized this because Lake Simcoe has extensive farmland around it, which could have led to fertilizer runoff into the lake. Tap water is purified and clean, but it also contains some added chemicals. Lake Ontario is a major shipping route and also has a lot of cities on its shores, which leads to a lot of pollution and chemical runoff into the water. Distilled water has no nutrients in it and it will lead to the soil becoming leached.
The following is a list of all the apparatus used. First, 4 plant pots and trays to catch runoff. Second, 4 bean seeds, 1 for each type of water. 3. Water from 4 different sources, namely Lake Simcoe, Lake Ontario, tap water, and distilled water. 4th, small beaker to measure the water. 5th, soil and rocks. 6th, popsicle sticks constructed into 4 trellises to support the plants when they become very tall. 7. pH strip and soap to test the water for pH and hardness. 8th, camera to take pictures of the plant growth.
I got the water from Lake Ontario.
I got the tap water.
I got the water from southern Lake Simcoe and Cooks Bay.
We got the distilled water from Mr. Pluskaskas.
Our procedure was 1. Fill the plant pots with 1 layer of rocks at the bottom and the rest with dry garden soil. 2. Excavate around 3 centimeters of soil and place the bean seed. 3. Set up the popsicle stick trellises as supports for the plants. 4. Every 2 days, water the plants with the plant's designated type of water. 5. Take pictures every day and measure the height of each plant every day as well.
Your experiment should look something like this.
Before we started the experiment, the 3 of us performed a pH test on the different types of water. Here are the results.
The pH of the different types of water remained mostly the same.
And it was all near 7. Strangely, the distilled water seemed to be slightly acidic. We then started the real experiment. We first tried to grow the plants in the science classroom under UV light, but it was too cold and the seeds did not germinate. We stopped the experiment after a few days. It probably was because the plants did not have enough heat. We added a heat cable for a few days, but that still did not do much. One of the plants grew its roots a few millimeters and stopped there. We decided to conduct the experiment in Adam's house because it's warm there and it has a window that faces west. We started the experiment with new seeds, bigger plant pots, and better soil.
We let the plants grow for 30 days, from October 8th to November 7th. I rotated and watered the plants with 50 milliliters of water every other day. Here is a time lapse of the plants growing.
The special events will be overlaid on the time lapse.
The plants order in the photos is tap water plant top left, Lake Ontario plant top right, Lake Simcoe plant bottom left, and distilled water plant bottom right.
Warning to anyone who may be squeamish or does not like creepy crawlies. This is a video that may disturb you. Feel free to look away.
On day 14, the Lake Simcoe plant was found to be infected by maggots. Since the soil and the seeds were identical, the maggots have come from the water. Lake Simcoe plant has failed. Our prediction was partially correct. The only part of our prediction that was incorrect was about the Lake Simcoe water plant.
We predicted that the Lake Simcoe plant would grow the tallest, but in reality, the Lake Simcoe plant became infested with maggots and did not grow at all.
Otherwise, our predictions were correct. The tap water plant grew the tallest of the remaining 3, followed closely by Lake Ontario water plant, then followed by the very stunted distilled water plant.
The conclusions we can draw from this experiment is that water with the chemical and biological conditions it can hold can definitely impact a plant's growth.
Such as Lake Simcoe likely harboring more harmful microbial life within it, causing the infestation of maggots.
Or Lake Ontario's higher pollutant contents due to it being a significant area of human activity affecting the plant's growth.
or distilled water's lack of nutrients, causing the plant to become stunted and wilt faster than any other plant due to the water dissolving away all the nutrients in the soil.
And the tap water is clean but still nutrient-filled chemical makeup, and a complete lack of microbes due to the treatment by the city would positively affect the plant's growth compared to the others.
Overall, this experiment was a success.